South Sudan. Today, I'm excited because I am on South Sudan Unite and we are going live. And I will be showing you how to cook 3 meals. One meal is Shaiyah, which is pan-roasted lamb meat. The second meal is Tilapia fish soup. And the third meal is spinach with peanut butter. We are now going to get started with our lamb meat. To make Shaiyah, we're going to add some onions, which we've already sliced. I have about 4 pounds of lamb that has already been cut into pieces, and it includes bone and fatty pieces as well. So we'll just put it in the pot right now. All right, so we have the meat, we have onions in there. I'll be adding some salt, pieces of celery, and water. We don't need too much water, just about 1 cup of water. I'll add some spices, a cinnamon stick. We'll add it what we call a galangal root. It's similar to ginger. It adds flavor to the food. And then a couple of bay leaves. I have some dried bay leaves. So, having a good look of it? Okay. I'm going to cover it and start cooking it for about 30 minutes until the lamb is a little bit tender. While that's cooking, I'm going to move on and start making our tilapia fish soup. I'm going to show you how to cut the tilapia. So we've washed it, removed the scales, removed the intestines. All right, so here we go. So this tilapia is a little bit on the smaller side, which is fine because I don't need very big pieces. So I'm just going to cut down.
Hi, I'm Asenatta. I'm Noela's first-born daughter, Asenatta.
And Asenatta is going to be my assistant today. So we turn on the fire. We're going to add some cooking oil. All right. So how is everyone doing? How's your day? Well, Mother's Day is tomorrow. I'll be working tomorrow. This is just starting to boil. It will be a while. Let's see right here. That's boiling too. Okay, so in the meantime, while that's going on, I'm going to cut some of the scallions and have them ready. So some of the behind the scenes usually. When I did cry, my mother carry me. She go say my pikin, where do you dey cry, yo, stop. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Put them over there. So we have our scallions, and next I'm going to cut my lime in half. All right. We'll start frying the onions until they're about golden brown. So this is Taste of South Sudan's lab. This is where we broadcast all our videos. If you have not yet been to our YouTube channel, we have about 43 videos on our YouTube channel, and about 23 of them have to do with food. Guys, when I'm done, well, leave in the comments what you think, because I have not gone live before, so I would love your feedback. Just tell me what worked, what didn't work, what would you have liked to have seen better.
What's cooking in the other pot?
In the other pot, that is our Shea. All right, so I'll be answering your questions. If you have any questions, type in below. My assistant will read them out to me. Okay, so I'll tell you guys how I started with Taste of South Sudan. It was way back in 2016. when the internet space, the social media scene, we just didn't have any representation of South Sudanese food, recipes. So I thought, I first thought I wanted to do a cookbook. But a cookbook from scratch seemed to me to be a little bit daunting. So instead, I started doing recipes. I started cooking food one by one. And I started my blog. I think the first meal I had on my blog, tasteofsouthsudan.com, bok choy. Bok choy is actually an Asian vegetable. It doesn't really feature in South Sudan at all, but it was a vegetable that I was used to eating. So I made bok choy, and then we made adas. And then we made, what was that? Eggplant with peanut butter. Okay, so the onions are almost done. I'm going to add tomatoes next. Right, we're going to add tomatoes, and I'm going to leave so this is for a fish, tilapia fish soup. We'll add some salt. We want these tomatoes to soften up a little bit. I'm going to cover it. So the other ingredients for the fish, they include onions, tomatoes, the fish itself, scallions, which are those green onions, dill to season it with. We'll be squeezing some lime juice and a little snippets of, I think this is serrano pepper. And then I'll be adding just some black pepper. So that will be all the ingredients. Oh, and we already used some oil to fry it with. Okay, so let's check on that again. All right, so where was I? I was talking about how I got started with Taste of South Sudan. It was 2016, so I started writing recipes. First, of course, I have to buy a domain, set up a website, and I loved it. You know, a little tidbit you may not know. Whenever I wrote a recipe, actually, it takes about 8 hours. First, I buy the food, lay them out, photograph them, prepare the food, and photograph the result. And then I type up the recipe, and I usually include a story. And so those ones were on my website, tasteofsouthsudan.com. Asenatta, some water, please. Right there. So I was writing recipes all through 2016. And then at the end of 2016, one of a good friend of ours, his name is Iyole, I have to thank him because he told me, why don't I do videos on YouTube? And, you know, I was a little bit hesitant because I said, you know, I'm from a different country. I have an accent. You know, when you're from South Sudan and people ask you, where are you from? So, but he said, no, do it. People want to hear from you. They want to hear your voice. So I said, okay. So I started doing it. So my first video, we actually shot it on an iPad. And Asenatta shot it for me. We were making eggplant salad with peanut butter, also called salata aswad. So how did that start about? Oh yes, you had the iPad, and at that time, if you remember, we were doing the dancing. If you've been following Taste of South Sudan, you know my first like 6 or 10 videos. We'll play some music, do some dancing, and upload it. So we did eggplant salad with peanut butter, and it was just on an iPad. But then after that, I'm like, okay, let's up the game a little bit. Next time we got the Canon camera, and then we got a mic.
What are you making again?
I am making fish fish soup. All right, so coming back to the fish soup, we have our soup base. It's ready. Now we're going to add the fish. So for my viewers, I've already cut the fish and cleaned it. And we're just going to put the fish in the pot because our tomatoes are soft. Now, here's one thing I need to do, which is taste the salt. I'm gonna need more salt, I think. This is our salt. Okay, fish itself cooks very quickly. In about 15 minutes, they're done. So, in fact, when I add the fish in, I have to not spend too much time because it will almost be ready. So I just added about half a cup of water and I'm going to put the fish in there. Okay. So here are the fish. Able to raise it up. I'm just layering the fish on the pot here, and I may add more water depending on this cold. All right, I'm cooking tilapia fish soup. All right, so we're going to add a little bit more water to the fish soup and let it boil down a little bit. Now the fish looks pink. When it starts getting cooked, it turns to white. This is plain water. Okay, so we're going to cover the fish and I'll lower the heat a little bit and then I'm gonna come back to it in a minute. So now I'll move and check on the shaya. Well, it's been half an hour, so let me see how it's doing. Okay. We'll go from bottom to top. This is our shaya. Now, the meat is still a little bit thick, so I think I'll need more time with it. Now, one thing I have to do is taste the salt. Yeah, it's good. The salt is good. All right, it needs more time. So we are going to cover this.
Can you tell us your favorite meal?
Well, my favorite meal, I'll have to say, must be the kofta. Spicy means meat rolled lengthwise, like a cigar roll, cooked in a red sauce. So I love to make that and I love to eat that. And then I love something called janga janga. That's a specialty of the Kakwa tribe of South Sudan. When I went to Juba 2 years ago, I was just so excited when I got to eat it because it has the black-eyed peas leaves, Korofolubia, with the leaves with also the actual black-eyed peas, which have been crushed into pieces and cooked with kombo. So I like that too. I don't get to eat that often, but I like it. All right, now let's see, what can we do in the meantime? We're going to check on this fish soup. Oh, there it is. All right, so it's doing good. What I may do is move it a little from side to side. Okay. Have to kind of be careful because if the soup is cooked, it likes to break apart easily into pieces. Okay, so I am going to add my other ingredients for my fish soup, which are the scallions, just so they can cook together. And then, okay, we're going to add some garlic to this fish soup. So that's about enough garlic. So we are going to add some oil.
Ooh, I wonder, who taught you how to cook like this?
Who taught me? My mother. My mother is Janet Michael, and she is an excellent cook. Well, I did leave home quite early, but I was always mesmerized by all the food she'll cook. And I learned a lot from her, but a lot more I had to learn much later when she will visit me or I would visit her, because I live here and she lives in South Sudan. Oh, well, I live in Texas, of course. The great state of Texas, San Antonio, Texas. All right, let's create some space. So what we have to do is just take the lamb meat a little bit out of the water, and I'll start roasting them here. So this is how you would make shaya. So I would be roasting the meat, and we have to roast it for quite about, probably at least 15 to 20 minutes. Asenatta, do you want to go bring your siblings so you can all wish our viewers a happy Mother's Day? So I like this pot because it's heavy and it is a Dutch oven. You need something that's cast iron or stainless steel. Since you're gonna be roasting just for a little bit of 15 minutes so that the meat can get brown, it can caramelize. Hi guys, come over here and wish all your mothers and aunties in the world a happy Mother's Day, one by one.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Introduce yourself first.
Oh yeah, you guys already know that I've been Noela's assistant so far, and I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all those proud working moms, parents, stuff, everybody. And I just want to say that today is the day to celebrate, especially with this wonderful cuisine out here. And I hope that you guys learned how to cook better from this wonderful experience that we've had. So I just say happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there in this world. And
what's your name?
I'm Noela Mogga. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Okay.
I'm Noela Mogga, and happy Mother's Day to all of your mothers. And thank you for everything you've done to keep your child safe.
Oh, thank you. That is so sweet.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Okay, so the meat, the soup we have here from the lamb, we're not gonna throw it away. We'll just, if I need any water, I'll add water from here. Now, I'm going to check on the fish soup. Yay! It's done. It's done. Okay. Just one more thing. Black pepper. Right there. Yes. Okay. So we are going to add some black pepper. That's it. All right, put that away. All right, let me see. I just need to taste it. I need a spoon. I'm going to get a spoon. A little tiny spoon. You know, to know how well your food is cooking, you need to taste it. So there we go. Good, perfect. All right, fish is done and it gets off the stove, and now we can move to something else. All right. We're going to just put some of the fish so you can see what the soup looks like.
My mother no go sleep. If I no chop, my mother no go chop.
Huh? Oh yes, thank you for that message, because I'm available, honestly, and I have a whole network of people who are willing to mentor. For instance, my husband is a pharmacist. I'm an anesthesiologist. I'm a physician. And then I have many friends who are engineers, who are physicians, who are in the financial, or some people who have started companies. So I'm here if your child needs a mentor, send me a message. So I'm so happy you joined. We did finish 2 meals, the shaya and the fish soup, and log back in a few minutes. And we'll finish cooking the spinach with peanut butter. Thank you. Yay! Come back again on Taste of South Sudan. So I am going to serve some of the shaya. And what do you need with shaya? Extra pieces of lime and pepper.